just the idea of starting from here, right? Almost everything we're doing in West Coast Swing is some kind of prep. Here, the prep is a slight lift before a drop, all right? As a leader, I'm letting my follower know we're about to go down by applying upward pressure. It's not like I'm changing levels or height or anything, I just lift up. And if my follower mirrors down, her shoulder pushing down, again, she's not squeezing in with her elbow, it's just down. It's like when you're picking up a baby, you feel the shoulders go like this. So it's like that, no, just saying. Yeah, so this lets us know it's safe to go down, all right? Now, followers, the idea is that we're holding as much of our own weight as we can, and the initial drill we did, not a move, was leaders are, while holding barely any weight, slowly moving back and down, and followers are keeping their hips under their head and their feet under their hips, so that we kind of build this reflex of we're always supporting ourselves. And we did this a little bit faster after a while, just kind of having our followers react and being able to do this, all right? We talked about a little bit later, but if we do end up doing like the complete move and the leader starts walking forward, followers, you can always literally just stand up. So it's less of an issue. Going backward is more of that safety concern, all right? So, in terms of the opening for this shield dip, it's very similar to the start of a basic whip, all right? We are going to try to get the back of our follower's shoulder by 3, so it's 1, 2, and 3. Followers, we're setting up, we can feel the stop happening with this arm. We're facing away from our leader, we're not over-rotating. We're probably going to be split weight here, starting to move to our right foot. And frame is open. If I were slouched forward as a follower, like if she were here, this would be kind of difficult. So we are thinking chest open, shoulders back, frame intact, and that's going to give us the place for this turn. Leaders are underneath the armpit, just with the wrist. We are stirring all the way around before we get this position, which is where we're going to do the move from. Now, we talked a little bit about, because I didn't lift up, right? So we talked a little bit about kind of what's happening with the follower's head here. Followers are looking down, but keeping their chest and shoulders open. So we're not folding over in such a way that pulls our frame down. We're keeping this back and just dropping our chin. We can even round over with our upper back if there's like a height disparity or we need to get down lower. But I would even fold over like this, but still have like the shoulders back intact, all right? For leaders, I might need to lift my elbow up to clear my follower's head. I'm going to try to keep my lat engaged as I do this, all right? I'm not going to shrug up. If I can help it, I'm going to stir with my lat still engaged and get to this position before the drop, all right? So from here, we get this lift, we check, everything's good, and now we're going to take a step back. As a baseline, I'm on my right foot and I'm pushing back onto my left. But if I need to take another step, I can, all right? Followers, we talked about still keeping that same alignment. We're not doing any kind of exaggerated back bridge here. We can end up on either foot. And I mentioned most followers, as you do this more, you'll find out that you end up tipping toward one side or the other. So if Lindsay was a follower who ended up like feeling like she was going to fall over to the right, it might make more sense to step back on the right foot. And if she were like falling to the left, it might make more sense to step back on the left foot just to kind of forestall that issue, yeah? For leaders, the idea is that my back leg is bent. The great self-image I gave for followers was leaders, it's almost like we're digging into the ground with a shovel or something. I am setting my hips back, my chest is still open, my own shoulders still back, lats engaged. I'm not lifting out with my elbow. As soon as I can, the elbow is pointing down and it stays down this entire time, yeah? So the second one we talked about started off with just this idea of a left side pass that could be some accentuated stop. So we have 1, 2, and 3 where we're both setting ourselves away. And I said the place this happens is very similar to if I had done a hand change. So basic hand change, left side pass coming from here is coming right in front of my body and I'm switching hands right in front of my belly button. So this was the same thing here. On 3, because my follower is still moving down line and I'm shifting away, 1, 2, and 3, and I can place my hands, not my thumb of course, just on top to kind of let them know, hey, this is where we're going to stop. This away feeling is what we're going for. The next thing we did was we shortened it, and I mentioned it's kind of like a slingshot where we're yielding our follower out, kind of with our elbows feeding the connection this way, letting them know where the stop's going to happen. So then we stopped a little bit sooner, 1, 2, and 3, and again, just stopping kind of with the elbow pulled back here to create this connection. And again, I'm letting my follower travel this way, I'm not trying to hold them back over here, all right? Next up, we started actually getting to that place where we could achieve the stop for the dip. And for this, I lead on 1, I hook behind on 2. As my follower turns to face their back to me in front, I'm stepping out on 3. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up my elbow just in line with my body, not letting them head out this way. And in terms of my own foot alignment, I'm trying to get my own foot outside theirs in this orientation. And if I need to take an extra step back, because every follower travels a little bit differently, I might. So I might step and get here for the dip. Notice my left foot is well outside hers. From here, it's all the same. We lift. We're slightly oriented this way, not facing straight toward you. And catch here. And I think we've got music out there. Thanks so much, guys.